Oh my gosh. I think she's probably one of the greatest athletes that ever came through Churchill High School.
Hall of Fame coach Wanda Bingham should know. She coached a lot of champions, but getting Andrea Williams on her volleyball squad at Churchill wasn't a given.
Everybody said, I don't think she's going to stick with volleyball. She likes basketball. She's missing off-season basketball when she's doing volleyball. So my goal was to get her to fall in love with volleyball.
And she did. Andrea excelled at both volleyball and basketball at Churchill. She graduated in 1992 and still holds the girls' basketball scoring record.
Basketball is definitely my favorite, but love volleyball just the same, and so grateful that I was able to do that at Churchill and then continue on at Texas A&M with both sports.
Andrea lettered in both sports at Texas A&M and guided the Aggies volleyball team to the NCAA tournament 3 times and the women's basketball team to its first NCAA Sweet 16. Andrea's basketball coach at Texas A&M was the future UTSA athletic director, Lynn Hickey.
She just brought a lot of different skill levels to both our programs. She could really jump, and she was a good shooter. She could handle the ball, just real strong physically, but just an unbelievable team player.
An Aggie administrator encouraged Andrea and her teammates to think about life after college athletics.
And it was at that time I started to learn that there is this whole profession in the sports industry. So whether it was professional or collegiate, nonprofit, and that's really where I started to learn that I could tie my purpose and passion with my profession.
After a brief stint in TV, she joined the Big Ten Conference as assistant commissioner, then spent 2 years at the NCAA as director of women's basketball championships. Then it was back to the Big Ten as associate commissioner. In 2016, she made history as commissioner of the Big Sky Conference, the first African American woman to lead any Division I NCAA conference.
So I step away from UTSA and I get a call from Andrea Williams, who's the commissioner of the Big Sky Conference, in January, saying, hey, the AD from Eastern Washington just took the job at North Dakota. They're going to hire an interim. Would you want to come out here and do this? And I went, well, maybe that's a good way to get my foot back in the door. And so we went full circle in that she became my boss, and she opened doors for me.
In 2018, Andrea was named Chief Operating Officer for the College Football Playoff. And in 2021, she moved to the pros when the NBA Utah Jazz made her their first Chief Experience Officer.
I can't tell you how many times I've been the only woman in the room, the only woman of color in the room, and that's a challenge, but I will tell you, sports helps you be prepared for anything that gets thrown your way. And so I was very fortunate to have managers, bosses, leaders who put me in positions to be successful. I don't have words to describe what it means to be inducted into the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. San Antonio is my home. My parents are here. I feel like, this is where I grew up. I've been fortunate to receive a number of awards over the decades, but to come home and to be recognized by a city that I love and I have such an affinity for and that I respect, it just means that much more.